0 to 1. Chapter 14. The Founder's Paradox. Founders are not like everyone else. Peter Thiel begins this chapter by describing the eccentric group that founded PayPal. Out of 6 co-founders, most had unusual pasts. Some built bombs in high school. Others had escaped communist regimes. One signed up for cryonics, and another had no citizenship. They were far from normal, but they built something revolutionary. This brings us to the core paradox. Are all founders strange because they need to be? Or do we just notice and remember the strangest ones? And more importantly, what kind of personality traits truly matter when it comes to starting a company? In most of life, people fall on a bell curve, average in the middle, few at the extremes. But with founders, the distribution looks completely different. Their traits are contradictory and extreme. They may be both admired and hated, brilliant yet reckless, insiders and outsiders at the same time. Take Richard Branson, an early entrepreneur with a flashy public persona. His wild antics like kiteboarding with models blur the line between self-promotion and genuine behavior. Is he naturally like this, or just brilliant at branding? The answer might be both. Or consider Sean Parker, who went from teenage hacker to co-founder of Napster, and later the founding president of Facebook. Parker's story is full of highs and lows, from FBI arrests to global tech fame, enhanced by Hollywood when Justin Timberlake played him in The Social Network. It's not just tech founders. Even celebrities like Lady Gaga operate like founders, crafting extreme public personas that blur the lines between performance and reality. Is she born this way? Or did she manufacture the myth? Again, maybe both. Thiel argues that this founder extremism is not new. Throughout history, myths have celebrated strange leaders, like Oedipus or Romulus, who were both insiders and outsiders, brilliant yet destructive. Founders often serve a similar social function. They are elevated to divine status when successful, but can just as quickly be blamed and sacrificed when things go wrong. This scapegoat pattern shows up in modern times too. We worship tech leaders like royalty. Elvis was the king of rock, MJ the king of pop, and Steve Jobs the king of product design. But many of these figures crash hard, burned out, torn down, or even killed by fame and pressure. Howard Hughes is a perfect example. A genius inventor and aviator in his youth, he later became a recluse, obsessed with germs and addicted to painkillers. His story went from triumph to tragedy. Similarly, Bill Gates, once hailed as the genius founder of Microsoft, was later demonized in an antitrust lawsuit that drained his time and focus. His departure as CEO marked the end of Microsoft's most innovative era. Steve Jobs' return to Apple is the ultimate example of a founder's irreplaceable value. After Apple's bureaucrats nearly destroyed the company, Jobs came back and led it to unimaginable success with the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. His personal vision and control over product design were essential. Without him, Apple would have likely disappeared. Thiel points out something strange here. The best tech companies often resemble monarchies more than modern corporations. Why? Because a founder can make fast decisions, inspire loyalty, and think long-term. Things professional managers rarely do. But there's a cost. Founders can be idolized to the point where they believe their own myth. And that's dangerous. Thiel warns, don't mistake adoration for truth. Founders must remain grounded and remember that their power lies in elevating others, not isolating themselves. So what's the takeaway? We need founders, especially the unusual ones. They see things differently. They build the future, but they must tread carefully. Public praise can turn to blame overnight, and belief in one's own myth is the fastest path to downfall. Thiel's final message is that we are at a crossroads. The future can go in 4 directions: repeated collapse, stagnation, extinction, or breakthrough. The last one, breakthrough, requires bold new thinking, and bold new creators. To go from 0 to 1, we don't need average. We need the exceptional, the eccentric, the visionary. Founders may be paradoxes, but they are also the ones who can shape the future.